my freaking god!
Well guys, I feel like a young man again. Despite entering my elderly years, sitting at the ripe old age of 22, today's video has made me feel like a spring chicken once more. It's a great feeling. Now you youngins might not remember this, but back in the late 2010s, commentary YouTube used to look a little bit different. I feel like the things people used to talk about were equally as controversial as they are today, but it was a different kind of controversial. It's not like today where it feels like every other week we're talking about a new YouTuber who's a giant weirdo. It was just people doing absolutely batshit insane stuff for YouTube, which is exactly the kind of video we're talking about today. A few months ago, a YouTuber decided that it would be a good idea to derail a train for a YouTube video. This pretty much flew under the radar, however, until this week when the guy was charged with 2 different felonies for, you know, derailing a train for YouTube. The original video is titled "Loaded BNSF Arbor Collides and Derails in Bennett, Nebraska. Most insane video I've ever taken." Now in this video, this guy details this situation that went down in Nebraska where a defective coal car had to be left behind and it got parked on a section of track that another train was headed towards. Apparently the switch to divert that train away from that section of track where that coal car was parked was not flipped, and that caused the train to go down the wrong section of track and collide with this coal car. I do not know a whole lot about trains, so hopefully the way I explain that makes sense and is relatively correct. What's important, however, is that this guy is filming this and presenting it as an accident. He's saying that some crew member forgot to flip the switch, and that it's just this freak accident that this train was sent down the wrong section of track and collided with this coal car. However, what's actually come out is that this guy flipped the switch to send this train down that section of track, and he's the one that caused all of this to happen, for no other reason than trying to get a video to go viral on YouTube, which, I mean, he did succeed at. The video is currently sitting at like 500,000 views, but at the cost of landing himself 2 felony charges that could put him in prison for almost as long as he has been alive. This guy is 17 years old, and he is currently facing up to 14 years in prison for doing this dumbass shit. It's not looking too good for this guy, but we'll get more into that later. For now, let's just watch the video. Let's begin. Please subscribe. So that is genuinely how the video starts. This guy is filming an attempted murder, and he's editing it like a 2016 YouTube prank gone wrong video. This is insane.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. I would like to take the time to set the stage for the fateful incident that we will be discussing today. On Sunday, April 21st, just after 7 p.m., a empty Arbor coal train was heading back from the Nebraska City power plant. As it passed through Bennett, it had a defective coal car that it needed to be taken out of the train. The crew decides to place it in the rip track just inside of Bennett, going across the main road, between the grain elevator and the main railroad crossing. The crew did this and set a switch in a manner that they can park the car, set up a portable derailleur, and then continue their journey. Unbeknownst to them, they completely neglected to reset the switch to its original position.
Okay, so as we know now, this is complete bullshit. There is video surveillance of this guy flipping the switch. So not only was this guy willing to jeopardize the lives of everybody on this train and anybody around this train, he was also willing to ruin the lives of the crew that had to leave this coal car behind. I'm a big believer in second chances, and we'll talk about this more later, but regardless of age, this guy belongs in prison.
On the evening of Monday the 22nd, just after 5 p.m., as I was driving home from work along Highway 2, there was a loaded Arbor that I spotted. The train came into Bennett just after 6 p.m. Unbeknownst to the crew of the loaded Arbor coal train, the switch was still set incorrectly. Meanwhile, the parked defective coal car remained stationary on its correct track as the loaded Arbor speeds along its route. It hurls towards the coal car, and with a deafening crash, the 2 trains collide, sending shock waves through the tranquil town. Despite the chaos, miraculously, the crew emerges from the collision completely unharmed, though undoubtedly shaken by the ordeal. The aftermath of the collision raises the questions of how such a routine journey can turn perilous and what lessons can be gleaned from such a brush disaster. Now with all that good stuff out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video.
Okay, so maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic here, but there's something very unsettling to me about this video. I mean, this guy's out here doing supervillain shit, making trains derail for fun, putting people's lives in harm's way for YouTube content in a way that we really haven't seen that often. And he's just sitting here scripting out dramatic, dorky dialogue to talk about this happening. I mean, the whole sending shockwaves through a small, quaint town, sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video. I mean, what? This is very, very weird behavior. This seems like something this guy was planning for a while.
Oh my god! Oh my freaking god! Oh my god, are they okay?
Dude, no offense, but I feel like it's probably for the best that you tried to take up being a real-life supervillain instead of going into acting. This is not a very convincing performance. But yeah, this is what this guy caused. This guy has videos train spotting that date back 4 years. It's obviously something he has a pretty big interest in, so there's no way he did not know what was gonna happen here. This could have ended in catastrophe. It's a miracle nobody died from this. This guy had to have known that was a very real possibility, and he still had no issue doing this for a YouTube video. What the fuck is wrong with people, man?
Okay, so this arbor just hit a defective car, apparently, and is now on the ground. Badly. Here. Switch was thrown wrong. It looks like they hit a derail or something. And then just plowed right in.
Now that's basically where the video ends, and guys, there is just something weird about this. I can't quite put my finger on it, but just the complete disregard for the safety of the people on this train or anybody around this train when it happened. It's very disturbing. And then to walk around the train saying, oh my god, this is so insane, what could have happened, while knowing you caused this? There's something weird about this. Like, part of me wants to say this was not specifically for a YouTube video. This seems like something a lot deeper. This looks more like some weird dream this kid had where he wanted to derail a train or see it happen in person. This is strange. Back to what I was saying about second chances earlier though, I feel like a lot of people take way too long to figure out that your life is your one shot at things. Like, you get one go, you get one chance, and if you fuck it up badly enough, you're done. You don't get to reset, you have ruined your one chance. And I feel like a big mistake can really help people learn that, and sometimes that's all they needed. They needed to learn that, and then if they're given a second chance, they're a completely different person. This is different. I'm surprised this guy is only looking at 14 years. I'm pretty shocked this is not being looked at as attempted murder. This is not some silly mistake. This guy planned this out. He knew exactly what he was doing. This guy needs to pay the price. I feel bad for his family. I mean, this guy is young, but a slap on the wrist for doing something like this would be an insane injustice. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? What do you think is an appropriate punishment for somebody doing something like this for a YouTube video? Or somebody just doing something like this in general? I really don't know how relevant it is that this was done, quote, for a YouTube video. I mean, I don't know if that really makes it worse than doing it for any other reason. I mean, if you had to pick what is worse, derailing a train for content or derailing a train for fun, how are you making that decision? Personally, I do not know. That is a problem for the courts, not me. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all I have for you today. Bye.